here's the question that I've been asking hundreds of people for the last several years. What does it take to get really good at something? So that question has everything to do with two big issues that teachers of all kinds worry about. Classroom teachers, but also after-school teachers, and parents, who are, of course, kids' first teachers. The first issue we worry so much about is what makes young people really want to take up a learning challenge? And the second is, what do young people need to practice in order to master the knowledge, the skills, and the habits that they're going to need throughout their lives? What do they need to practice, and how do they need to practice it? So one of the reasons that these two big issues pose such intractable problems for us adults is that at the core, they're really about youth taking ownership of their own learning. And we just can't do that for them. So in fact, no matter how much we know about the science of learning, until young people speak for themselves about these questions, and until we really listen to them, nothing's going to change. So looking closely at what lit up Joshua's fire, we see that two factors always have to show up before any of us wants to start to learn or to do something. First, you have to value the thing. So what does value mean? It matters to you somehow. And don't forget, that value can come from anywhere. It could come from being with a particular person that you admire. It can come from using the knowledge in a way that matters to you or that's important to you. It can come from the substance of what you're learning, the material itself, whether it's math or science or poetry. But it doesn't have to come from that in order for you to attach value to it. So at the same time, in order to want to do something, you also have to expect that you can succeed at what you're trying to do. So that combination is what makes us all want to do something and to keep at it when it gets hard. The huge insight the kids and I got from this is that motivation isn't something that you have at the start. It's the product of these two other factors. And any time we listen closely to people talking about wanting to learn something, we hear these two factors of value and expectation come up. And remember, if either factor is zero, the product is going to be zero. So in our research, we started by asking kids to tell us what they were already good at and how they got that way. What was it that they valued? What made them believe that they could succeed at? We saw Joshua, for example, admiring what his uncle could do. And we saw how step by step his uncle helped him expect that he could do it too. Like Joshua, and in fact, like all of us, kids draw on their own experiences to construct a story about what they do or don't want to learn, and what they can or can't succeed at. And when we learn enough about those experiences and those stories, we can support young people as they practice the things that matter to us and matter to them.